Morning, guys. I am having one of those days. Oh, I'm having one of those days. Outside. Today's actually supposed to be my business day. I try to focus on business mainly one day a week. So a lot of times I will upload all the videos for you guys and then schedule those out like throughout the week. And I do that so I have more time with my family. And I'm only like filming during the week, but doing all the like sit down at the office type stuff once a week. So I started my morning off about 2 a.m. with a cranky baby, and by 4:30 I brought her downstairs, and she was just not having it today. She has been, I don't know, she started off with like a little cold, but she's also like getting teeth, but she has just been so grumpy and clingy. And anyway, by 4:30 I was downstairs, and so my morning started early. I went to start a fire at that point, and my kids decided that they never filled the kindling. So I was thinking that maybe I should just go out. It's like back here, way back here in the trailer. So I was gonna go out there at 4:30, and then I realized, the people in charge of this kindling are actually teenagers. So this might be a good lesson. Okay, someone go get me kindling, because I need to start a fire. So I had them go out. It is chilly. I had them go out and get me some kindling, and we did. We started a fire. It has been crazy. So then I went to start to do business. Snuggle her. She fell asleep, and then I started to do some business. I don't even know what time it was at that point. If you guys have not been here before, I'm Mom Bear and Betty. I am mom to 14 children. 12 of my children are still at home, and we homestead in northern Maine. And you can hear all the animals. There's sheep over here, and the dog just came and licked me. Anyway, we're gonna go out to the cabin. The whole thing is today's my business day, and I have like a plan, right? But sometimes our plans don't always work out the way that we want them to. So I was uploading videos, and my computer completely crashed. We have one computer in the house. My girls have smaller ones, but you can't even I can't even put any type of footage onto theirs because they have small ones. Oh my goodness, these ladies right here are gonna have babies probably the next 3 or 4 weeks, which is super exciting. That's why they're close to the house now. I bring everything close when they're about ready to have babies for a few reasons. One is so we can get electricity out with heat lamps and that type of stuff. And the other is just like convenience, as far as like if you need towels and you need all these things, it's just more convenient. Anyway, I do not know what the temperature is, but it is stinking cold out. I didn't realize it was this cold out. I probably would have decked out a little bit more, even though I'm only just going over here. I think it's the wind that's making it really cold. We are going over to the cabin, and the thing is I've been making a series for you guys about the cabin, about the redo on the cabin, and yeah, all that information's on my laptop that just crashed. So I don't know what's gonna go on. Anyway, I figured I'd do like a vloggy type ready video on my phone. So if I get nothing, this is what you guys get. You guys get me. And kids, of course, kids. Okay, a lot less windy here. Let's see what I see.
Thank you.
What are you doing?
Playing up here.
You're playing up there.
Sit on your bum bum.
They're starting a fire.
Sit on your bum bum.
You guys starting a fire there.
Bum bum.
I think the plan's gonna be work on this wall. I'm probably gonna measure some things out and mark some things out to start building a bunk bed there. And then, oh, we didn't bring those in. These 2 shelves will probably get up on the wall over here. Would be probably a good plan for the day. Can you see that? It's on this wall. and over there. Sorry, I forgot that I need to turn my phone this way. And they're probably gonna play up there. Yeah?
Yeah, can we sit on the pillows and stuff?
Yeah, that's fine. Going to get the drill gun. I kind of had to see where we're at with all of that. And then make decisions. So the boys are going to go out into the high tunnel and they're going to cut more of the pallets. That's what the walls are made out of, is old pallet wood. And so they're cutting those out there so they'll be out of the wind. And we are going in the house to get drill guns. My daughter's going to watch the little kids out there for me while we do that. But I just think that it's interesting. Sometimes it can get really frustrated because things aren't working our way. And sometimes those are the best times that we can just sit back and be like, you know, as a Christian, God's in control, right? He's in control of everything, and we can just rest in that. There's been stuff over the past couple days that have been like, oh my goodness, really? But it's such a beautiful thing just to realize that we don't have to be in control because God's already in control. So even though my computer broke, like, that's okay. It's frustrating, but at the same time, it's like, okay, maybe God wanted me to have this opportunity today to spend time with the kids in the cabin. It wasn't supposed to be that way. I don't know. I think it's just easier to go through life knowing that the Lord's leading you than trying to fight your way through your own will. All right, there's my, I guess, spiritual chat for the moment. I'm going to go in and get the, I don't know if it's just me, but I always forget to have my drill guns charged. So my husband's like, oh, this is me. I usually am like the builder of the family. I use a drill gun probably more than my husband, but I'm home more often, right? And we farm. So I thought that I would be nice and buy my husband a new drill gun for his birthday. So I bought him, I actually was thinking of him seriously because the kids a lot of times take the drill guns and then he can't get the drill gun when he does need one. So I ended up buying him the kind that he wanted. He wanted a Makita. That's what he uses at work. So he wanted a Makita. And so, hello, beautiful, the dog. So he wanted a Makita. So he's like, hey, you want to use mine? I was like, oh, that'd be great. And then we're like, oh yeah, and it's not charged. And then I had bought recently a new drill gun for our household, mainly for the boys to use, and because I bought myself a pink one that's just to use like around the house. And so I was like, oh, theirs wasn't charged, so we had like no charged batteries, but we did find one drill gun with charged batteries. When you have a lot of people, you need to have lots of drill guns, especially when you're always working on projects. We do everything ourselves, inside and out. And so we are always needing drill guns, but we found one to start the project with and all the other ones are plugged in. Okay, it's a little bit later. What I am doing is making a plan. Real professional, huh? It's just a cardboard box. We just measured from the floor up to where the loft comes down to see the height on that, and I want people to be able to sit on the bottom bunk if they wanted to. So then we measured that space, but then I was thinking maybe like 5 foot 6 inches that we could have like the actual boards, because it's 6 foot underneath the loft. But then we decided that if we did 4 foot, it's a little over 4 feet. If we did that, then we could also get our 38-inch boards, which is the width of a twin mattress, on that as well. So we are trying to just use up what we have, like use up the wood and not waste anything as well. So I think we're going to do 4 foot, which would leave the top bunk with just this set of bunk beds is actually going to be for older type children. So I'm not too concerned with this. With younger children, I'm going to have it higher because I want the bar to be up higher. So if they roll, it's not going to be way over. And I don't know how much bar space I'm going to have on the top here. So I had my son and he cut these for me. He cut those, and then I'm going to have him cut the length of the mattress, which is 76 So I think we'll probably, no, 75, I don't know, I think it was 75. I think I said I was gonna do 76 just to give it a little bit of room right there. And he'll cut those, and then I think I have some bolts in the house, so I'm gonna check on that. Most of the kids are staying inside now. I gave Sweet Pea a shot because she was running high when we were in the cabin, so she is inside with her sisters, her older sisters, and they are gonna play for a couple minutes. My daughter, she is making butternut squash soup and sourdough bread for lunch, and then I got some screws here. My other son is out. My son is out here. I think both boys are out here. And we are going to try to put together at least the basic part of this frame for the bunk beds. We were just in the house. We got screws, and then we came out here, and the screw gun went dead. So he ran back in the house. So basically, we have these ends, which are 38 here. That's the width of the mattress, and then the bed is going to go this way. So what we're going to do, I was trying to debate if I wanted to put plywood on the bottom or how I wanted to set this up on the bottom. But I think what we're going to do is do maybe like 5 slats. So let me show you above. So I'm going to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that we can just put a mattress on top of the slats. I'm really actually disappointed in the quality of wood that I got last time. It's more like, I'd be okay making like a chicken coop with it, but I'm not super excited about the quality. But it'll work. A lot of the things were like warped a little bit, and that's kind of annoying, but at the same time we needed to do things like on the cheap. We have a bunch of projects to work on. So there's this project with the cabin that we're working on, as well as doing a I need to build a chicken coop too this spring, and then also working on hopefully a bathroom project at some point. I was talking in my other video about, I think it was the sewing video, about how everything has a season, and how in each season we have things that we need to do. And so it's trying to figure out what season when you first start homesteading, figuring out what you need to do in that small window of time in order to get it all accomplished. Back in the high tunnel again. I got 2 logs with me, and I'll show you what the guys put this one, oops, where's my finger? This one together, and then the other one over there is together. It was warped a little bit, so we put some concrete on the corners there, and we're gonna put this together. So he's pre-doing some of those. We're gonna make our corners look like this here, kind of like that. So we're screwing long screws in like this all the way down, and then we're going to have the bed sitting like in on here throughout. So we're gonna make up these right here first. So we'll make up 4 of those, and then we'll mark out where we want the bed on there, and then put the whole bunk bed together. So it's really important to be like, take charge of each. So it's really important that you take charge of each season, because seasons, if you're a new homesteader, season can quickly get away from you, and projects can get put off and put off and put off. Every day you have to try to like just say, what can I get done today? How much can I get done today? Or don't get overwhelmed by the project, but say, okay, I'm going to work on this for an hour, or plan it out, or put it on your board, or however you organize things. But if you truly are homesteading, there's so much to be done. And I say if you truly are homesteading because a lot of times people are saying that they're homesteaders, or that they're trying to homestead. There's nothing wrong with starting, and there's nothing wrong with any of that. I'm not saying that at all. But my consideration of homesteaders are people who actually are growing their own food, people who are actually growing their own meat, people that are going to grow their own, can't remember if the gate's up or not. So people that are actually growing their own things, people that are actually like reusing things, people that are not like hiring help in, and that could even be like hiring babysitters. And I don't know, it's totally different when you're doing it all yourself. It's totally different when you're a mom, you got a baby on your back, you're trying to grow plants, versus, you know, you have a nanny watching the kids while you're out there trying to do it. So it's just different. So when I say like true homesteaders or people who are homesteading, I'm talking about the people that are making a serious attempt, that are making, can't fit through here, are making a serious goal to grow their own food. And it might look different, but I'm not talking about people who have a couple chickens and, you know, a couple raised beds. I'm talking about people who are like serious in this. So I think that those people that are serious in this, you have to, if you're like really getting into it, you can easily get overwhelmed because there's literally so much to do. You can never get ahead of it. You never can. Pigs are right here. You can never get ahead of it. There's always projects that have to get done. There's always things on the list to do. There's always more, right? And so you just have to like get your time back, redeem your time, redeem the things that need to get done, make a list, and just start picking away at them. Don't wait in the middle of winter when you think that there's nothing to do nothing, because then later on you're going to get overwhelmed. So as far as my sewing goes, yeah, most of my sewing gets done in the winter. There's things that still need to get done around most homesteads in the winter. It's just that most people don't prefer to be outside in the winter. So I'm trying to redeem my time, get some of the some of the cabin projects that I can do. Another thing is if you're a homesteader, most of the time you don't have huge resources financially to be able to just go out there and spend a ton of money. I don't have a lot of money to do that. We are doing what we can with what we have. So that's what we're doing. We are using, I'm going to show you, I moved into the high tunnel. And I have a list of projects, and sometimes maybe I have the time, but I don't have the finances to do it right now. Be creative. Try to think of ways that you can do that for free or cheap. But also think, okay, what else could I do? Don't like get stunted because you don't have the funds. Just think of the next thing that you need to do that doesn't require money. But then being very intentional about your funds as well. So what the boys have been doing, I'll show you. I say mainly boys because it's been mainly boys because the girls have been working on other stuff like sewing and such with me. So this is the pile of all the scraps of the pallets. So basically we use pallets to death. These pallets were used outside for a couple years, possibly. Once they're like this, see they're falling apart like this and cannot be used anymore, we're using these to do the walls in the cabin. You saw that. And then this right here is actually going to be burned outside to do our maple syrup. So everything is getting used. So we're doing all these. You see, I got myself a new bike. I haven't been bike riding. That's going to be our new thing this year is bike riding. So I do just want to encourage you guys to redeem your time, especially if you're a new homesteader, because it can so easily just get away from you. And if you don't, and then you feel overwhelmed and you feel stressed out, and then homesteading doesn't become fun, and then your finances are dwindling and you think you need expensive things. Don't, you know, like if you're following channels that suck you into wanting to buy more, as far as wanting to buy more expensive like state-of-the-art chicken coops or whatever it is state-of-the-art, you know what I'm saying? Like we all know that, right? That you can't afford that. Most people can't afford that. Like most people who homestead, a lot of them are not on YouTube. most people who homestead are using scraps because homesteading is expensive and they're just trying to grow their food. They're just trying to do things like me and you are trying to do on a daily basis. All right, so let's get back in the let's get back in the cabin. Number one on the bottom, so we know where they are. He's just what are we doing out here? We did cement blocks for a couple hours. So the cement blocks for a couple hours actually did work because you can see there's just a little gap there where it was a huge gap before. So we should be able to screw the 3 sides on and then pull that side down just a little bit to make it work. So we're gonna do that. Okay, so basically what happened was we just put one temporary screw, you can probably see better over here, one temporary screw in each corner. So now he's going to, sorry, I'm just trying to get a wider angle. So now he's going to put the screws like actually in there, but this is the tentative bunk bed. So cool. I see a helper.
How?
You're helping?
Yeah.
Thank you. Good job. Alrighty, the sun is starting to go down, although it's not completely down, which is super exciting because it means that it's later in the day. I mean, it's later in the season. So this is how it looks on this side here. So these will be used like as steps to go over a bunk bed. We actually have one that we bought when my boys, who are now 20, well, my 27, and then my son who passed away, that are built like this, and we still use them today. So they last a long time. This, and we've gone through those metal bunk beds are just junk because we've gone through so many of those. So we took 2 mattresses from up in the loft and we put them on here. The only correction that we're going to make on this top is it's just a little shy here. So we are going to get another board and put that right here. But this is how it's going to look from there. We also ran out of boards. So yeah, let me come around this way. This is how it looks from this side. I want to have some sort of boards possibly on this end, but I'm not entirely sure. Because you see the space right here? I actually want to custom build younger children's bedding. So this to this, what was it, 30? Is 30 wide. And then this wall from here all the way over to the bathroom wall here is 5 feet. So I'm thinking that I actually want to put a mini triple bunk here down. So as a mom to many, and I'm wanting to allow this space to be for larger families, not that we're gonna like rent it out for larger families, but just like if people wanted to come up on a trip, this could be used for a larger family. I wanted there to be enough bedding space because most of the time people are just looking for a space to like go to sleep, right? So I know some people are kind of leery of like loft type situations. So there is a full loft up here, but I want to make sure there's enough bedding down here, especially for younger children. So I want to custom make with like foam mats bedding right in. I went to like move my phone like you could see both sides. I want to custom make bedding, a bed right here. So I need to figure out math wise how much I'm going to need, how much wood I'm going to need for that, and figure that out. We also are going to need some more screws and something else, I forget, but I'm going to show you also in this bathroom area over here. So currently this is what we have. We just have this little toilet here. I'm going to put a composting toilet in here, but this is actually the little bathroom. Super exciting to have a separate space to use the bathroom. I have this out here right now just in case my little kids have to go to the bathroom when we're out here, but we'll be building a composting toilet over on that wall as well. So yes, I'm writing more to-do projects. I think we are about done for this update because we got a lot done, a lot accomplished. I think we got a lot done and a lot accomplished, and I didn't do very much of it. I just kind of sat out here, stoked the fire, and we worked numbers and that type of stuff together. But that is about it. It's pretty exciting. So I hope you all have a blessed day. And if you have any ideas that might work well in a small off-grid cabin, we would appreciate to hear them down in the comments below. And if you have not been here before or not subscribed, we'd ask that you might subscribe so you can become part of our family.
Yeah,
Are those your safety
cool.
glasses? Oh, are those your safety glasses? So now you can help better?
Safe.
Safe, yes. They're gonna keep you safe and the baby safe.
Yeah.
Love you.